What is going on, Halo fans? Luke the Notable here, and today we're going to be exploring how long it would take you to actually go from level 1 to 152 in Halo 5. Let's just get right into it. So, max rank 152 is achievable after 50 million experience points have been earned in-game. That number I've gotten from the official Halo 5 strategy guide and a couple other sources on Halo Waypoint. If you've been playing Halo 5 since it first came out, you've probably noticed that Halo 5 uses an exponential ranking system, meaning the difference between level 1 and 2 is far smaller than the difference between level 100 and 101. So by the time you get to 151 and you are looking at that 152 endpoint, you will have a mountain of experience to climb. So I've made tons of different videos on efficiency of rec packs, but I've never talked about XP. I do have all the data for XP though. If you've looked at my other rec pack videos, you'll know that Warzone Assault is the most efficient playlist to play if you want to get the max rec points and also the max XP per hour. If you play Warzone Assault, which average around a 9-minute game, and you have 3-minute breaks in between games, you'll average around 15,000 experience points per hour without any boosts. And here's where I'm going to stop a lot of comments being made right now. A lot of people like to say, oh, well, Warzone, regular Warzone, and Warzone Firefight have such higher XP gains per hour because they give so much more XP. But you have to think, Warzone and Warzone Firefight have much longer game times. Warzone averages about 19 minutes for me, and using the same formula, a 19-minute game with a 3-minute break in between each games produces about 9,000 XP per hour. That's almost half of Warzone Assault. In fact, almost all of the playlists share this same experience per hour as regular Warzone of 4,500. Except for SWAT. SWAT, because those games last about 5 minutes, actually has very similar XP per hour to Warzone Assault. So if you want to play some Arena, if you want to get away from Warzone Assault for a little bit, but you want to keep your efficiency, play some SWAT. Also, for the sake of this video, we're not going to be bringing up boosts. That's too complicated. It's too complicated to bring in all of the boosts that you would get and how many you could get per day over the long periods of time that we're going to be calculating today. Because we're going to be talking about thousands of games here, and it's hard to tell exactly how many of those games you could boost and how many you couldn't. Okay, so if we're going to play Warzone Assault, that averages around 3,000 XP per game if you aren't boosting anything. If we take that and we divide 50 million, which is the total XP for 152, if we divide that by 3,000, we get 16,500 games. Then if we multiply that by 9 minutes per game, we get 103 days of playtime. But if you remember before, I did take into account a 3-minute break in between each game. It's not like you can just play 9-minute games back to back to back to back to back. And if you account for that, your playtime or total time goes up to 137.5 days. Okay, so that's like 4.5 months. So 4.5 months into Halo 5's release, you could, in theory, technically have max rank. But remember, this is not accounting for any kind of breaks, any kind of human interaction, any kind of eating, sleeping, pooping, whatever you do as a human being, this doesn't account for it. Now, this is actually a pretty realistic timeline if you have a clan of people that are all signing on to one singular account. So this account is in theory playing for 24 hours straight, 7 days a week for 137.5 days. You could get max rank 152 in that time frame. In fact, this was done by a clan in Black Ops 3. A bunch of people signed on to one account, giving it max rank very quickly. So then what I did is I took into account the fact that maybe some people like to go out and sleep. Maybe they like to have some friends or work to pay their bills, because not everyone can live in a basement and play Halo for 24 hours a day. Now, even these numbers are a little bit extreme. But if you were to play for 8 hours per day, just 8 hours, you can do whatever you want with the other 16 hours of that day. Just 8 hours a day, not too bad. I mean, I feel like I would get pretty tired of the game, especially now with school. You know, I really only have time to play for like maybe an hour a day. But if you played for 8 hours a day with breaks, you could do whatever you want on the other 16 hours of the day. It would take you 412 days. It's kind of funny, 412 days after the Halo 5 release date is actually about the same time that I'm recording this video and it's going to be uploaded. So someone could have been playing 8 hours per day and might end up reaching rank 152 fairly soon. And I mean, even for me, 8 hours a day seems like something crazy. That is something that I haven't done in probably a month or two. And to do that every day would be just crazy. Even playing 4 hours a day for me, probably I wouldn't be able to do it with work, with school, with everything I have to do, projects, everything. And even if you played 4 hours a day, let's say you're a streamer or a YouTuber who likes to get tons of cool clips and you need to play constantly in order to get those, it would still take you almost 3 years to get to rank 152. All right, come on. All right, guys, stop commenting down below. I can hear your keyboards typing away down there. Come on, stop that. I know what you're about to say. Hey, 343, you suck. Why'd you make the max rank so high? Let's compare this max rank of 152 to Halo 3's max rank of General Grade 5. Or was it Grade 4? It was Grade 4, but 5 stars. Yeah. I remember. In order to achieve this rank, you needed to have a true skill of 50 and also 5,000 XP. Now, XP back then was a little bit different. Now it's a huge formula that takes into account, did you win? Did you get a lot of kills? Did you get it's a very complicated formula that I haven't been able to figure out. I wish I could, because I'd make a video on it. Halo 3's formula was much simpler. Whether you like it or not, if you won, you got 1 XP point. If you lost, you got nothing. On double XP weekend, you could get 2 XP points. So essentially, a max rank of General Grade 4 would mean that you would have to win 5,000 games. Not technically, because some of those could be double XP games, but because we didn't talk about boosts when we were talking about 152, we're also not going to talk about double XP. Seems fair to me. I'm going to say that the most efficient way to get XP in Halo 3 was to run with a team of 4 in just Social Slayer. Or I guess Social Slayer was 5. It was 5 all these memories, guys. Either way, it's pretty safe to say that we can assume a game of Social Slayer probably averaged around 9 minutes, and then if we also bring in that 3-minute wait time, we have the same time for Warzone Assault in a game of Social Slayer. Just to make things easy. Don't freak out. We also kind of have to take into account that the fact that you might lose, and if you lose, you didn't get any XP. There wasn't a static average XP per hour played. So let's say that you have a pretty good team, you're winning 60% of all your games. And at that win ratio, you'd have to play 8,334 games at a 60% win-loss ratio before you actually got to 5,000 XP. Skip a bunch of boring calculations, and after playing 8,334 games that all last 9 minutes, and you have a 3-minute wait time in between each games, and you play 8 hours per day, only 8 hours, the other 16 hours are yours, you will complete 5-star General in 208 days. And if you remember, Warzone Assault in Halo 5 would take you 412 days to get to max rank, so Halo 3 was just under half. I made this video because recently a lot of people have been talking about how Halo 5's max rank is a little bit too high, and I'm kind of in agreement with that. I think it should be somewhere between Halo 3's playtime and Halo 5's playtime. Of course, you can let me know down in the comment section what you think, and I want to hear that, guys. Halos have always kind of had a huge max rank to get, besides Halo 4. Spartan rank 130 in Halo 4 was pretty easy to get, but other than that, Halo 3, Halo Reach, Halo 5, I think it's normal to show that only hardcore gamers have those max ranks. If you liked the video, if you thought it was interesting, hit that like button, I'd really appreciate that, and like I said before, comment down below. I love reading comments, it's my favorite part about YouTube. On screen, I have 2 videos that you can click if you want to see me overanalyzing the game. It's all I do now because I'm a total scrub and can't get actual good game clips. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Stay notable, and I'll see you in the next one.